Sachen. Ja, wir schauen uns jetzt ein Video von Some Ordinary Gaming an über die Elsagate-Inhalte, die immer wieder kommen. Hat wieder was Neues gefunden. Elsagate ist ja schon eine Sache, die eine Weile immer wieder auftaucht. Anscheinend gibt es jetzt auch wieder eine neue Epidemie. Ja, es sind einfach, um es runterzubrechen, da wird es wahrscheinlich im Video auch nochmal kurz erklären, einfach ja, Videos aus Content Farm, die halt optisch erstmal sich an Kinder richten, aber dann halt auch nicht wirklich Inhalte für Kinder machen. Ja, er wird es uns wahrscheinlich einfach noch besser erklären. Das ist jetzt ein englisches Video. Ich habe für euch die deutschen Untertitel angemacht und ja, wir sind ja ein bisschen multilingual unterwegs. Da schauen wir uns das jetzt mal an.
7 years ago, I covered a disturbing trend known as YouTube Elsagate. And yes, that is 7 years ago, ladies and gentlemen.
Ist schon echt lange her.
17, 2017, I made a video where I talked about the Elsagate situation. And for anybody that doesn't remember what Elsagate used to be, Elsagate was a time on YouTube where characters like Spider-Man, Elsa from, the Frozen movies, and several popular Disney characters were effectively being like...
Ja, aber es wird ja auch gerade nochmal gezeigt, es hat ja nicht nur auf YouTube so eine Sache, es gibt auch diese tollen Flash-Games, die man halt... Es gibt ganze Seiten, die Flash-Games haben, wo Leute schwanger sind, Leute irgendwie mit absurden Krankheiten beim Arzt sind und sonstige Geschichten, so ganz weirden Shit. Halt für Kinder, also auf Kinder ausgerichtet oder für eine für eine junge Zielgruppe. Aber dann halt mit solchen Themen, die halt nicht unbedingt für Kinder passend sind.
Showcase to children.
Ja, so kann man das sagen.
Adult type settings, okay? We're talking about pregnancies, we're talking about wild fart fetishes. In fact, it wasn't just relegated to YouTube, it could have been any social media service. There were even plenty of games where I had to actually deliver a baby from a Disney character, okay? It was just complete insanity. You had situations where, again, Elsa's running away with a dog, and a cop's got a Glock pointed right at her head. With 6.9 million views,
Normalster Tag immer.
You can imagine that this was one of the most popular eras of content farming little children one could ever imagine. Now, because of how popular this ended up getting and how much mainstream attention it ended up evolving, YouTube decided to change its actual community guidelines towards this kind of content. Now, if you actually look at YouTube's community guidelines today, mature content...
Unter anderem waren ja auch diese Elsagate-Dinge halt dafür zuständig. Oder ja, diese Elsagate-Geschichte war unter anderem halt auch dafür der Auslöser, dass halt diese krassen Richtlinien gekommen sind, wie sie gerade sind, mit diesem Kuppa-Vorkommen halt, wo man sich halt um Kinder sorgt, was ich auch verstehen kann, aber es ist halt Umsetzung, werden wir uns ja sehen, ob die sich gut gehalten haben.
Content aimed towards kids, okay? Themes that are mostly associated with teens or adult audiences such as nudity, sex, realistic violence, drugs, alcohol, or profanity in the video, thumbnail, or title. I want to remind people watching this video, okay? When it comes to YouTube, there is a profanity budget, which all creators have. If you ever have noticed that in videos, like, I don't let other people say the F word, but I do, it's because I know that I have an allotted budget of swear words. And if anybody's going to swear on my channel, it's gonna be me. And the reality of it is, if you swear too much, YouTube will sometimes demonetize your video, or in the most extreme ends, actually put your video into a age restriction, which again severely diminishes its reach and oftentimes can be a little more excessive, in my opinion, than not. But when it came to content like this, these guys were just allowed to fucking send this shit out to kids all day, every day. Until, of course, YouTube decided to say content that is made to appear appropriate for kids and families,
ja, aber irgendwie kommen die doch durch die Lücken durch.
Themes. And of course, the point they added was other depictions of kids or popular kids characters that are unsuitable for kids and families. Now, you might be wondering, oh, well, YouTube fixed it right there. It's gonna be just fine. Now, of course, if you're on platforms like YouTube now, you'll realize that no, it's not the same. Because as of a day ago, I'm looking at channels where Sprunky is joining people in bed. Sprunky is pregnant.
Sehr kinderfreundlich,
on what I assume to be yellow supersonic. Oh no, we found Sprunky in the bathroom. Oh god.
Was ist eigentlich ein Sprunky?
Sad story in real life. What is the sad story? Well, it might be that Sprunky is a little more preggers than one would think. Now, it didn't really obviously get any better, ladies and gentlemen. This is a theme of content that is still actually alive and active. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, this is what we call a YouTube content farm, which again are people rapidly uploading this kind of like brain rot material for, again, complete financial gain. And usually when it comes to children, they'll find something that is incredibly popular
Was ist das für ein
and
Ding
effectively
eigentlich?
run it into the ground. Now, if you don't know what a Sprunky is, congratulations, join the club. I had no idea at all either. All I know about Sprunky is that Sprunky used to be this one... Now, if you don't know what Sprunky is, welcome to the club, ladies and gentlemen. I am 30 years old. We'll be turning 31 this year. I have no fucking clue what Sprunky is, until, of course, research for this video. And it led me to a few games on the platform where one could play known as Sprunky Incredibox, okay? Where you could just generate music with, again, you know, random icons and random materials. It's a game for actual children, okay? That's all that it really is.
So Musik.
And there's a era of, again, phase 5, like horror theater games, where, again, it's music creation with this vibrant, it's all just AI slop, so to speak. This
Okay,
AI
brauchen wir uns
level
das ja nicht
description.
angucken.
Again, you can turn this material into horror if you wanted. Kind of like a creepypasta, if you will. You know, a little bit of horror added to these children materials, children games. But they
Das
are
geht ja
ultimately
noch.
just for kids. Now, the person that I believe actually created this entire project was a person known as Nyanko BF Lowell. Now, this person is a 15-year-old Thai child, okay? A literal kid made this actual mod. And it got so much popularity that it ended up actually ruining the fun for this child. For instance, a month ago, he actually said, I have a secret that I've been keeping for a while. But after getting hacked, I noticed it's a bit too late. But let me say this, Sprunky 2, which this was already getting a sequel for, has been canceled the whole time. The situation was bad enough, messed up content farms, overpopularity, and what idiots called Sprunky ripoff. I just haven't told you yet because of the stupidest reason. And that reason was a planned April Fool's Sprunky 2. Basically supposed to be a meme game, but at some point in game you get a video about the cancellation of Sprunky. Point is, Sprunky was effectively canceled because this kid realized just what level of brain rot that he unwittingly unleashed into the world. Not to their fault. This is
Ja, das kann
literally
ja-
a project created by an ambitious...
Das ist ja das. Also okay, das ist anscheinend ein Jugendlicher, der sich hingesetzt hat, einfach mal aufs Spaß Sachen programmiert hat, was ja irgendwie nicht verkehrt ist. Und waren halt als auch, also wenn das wirklich so Musikdinger sind, war jetzt auch nicht krass. Ja, Unfreundliches drin, es macht halt Krach, wenn man Sachen draufzieht. Das ist ja okay, auch die Creepy-Dinger kann man ja so als Flash-Games, Flash gibt's ja nicht mehr, aber so Minigames, war eigentlich gar nicht so verkehrt, aber dann hat das Internet Dinge getan, was das Internet so Dinge tut und halt seinen Charakter oder seine Idee halt für solche Content-Farben genutzt und er hat dann selbst gesagt, nope, I'm out of here, ich will damit nichts zu tun haben und hat einfach dann aufgehört. Okay.
child animator ruined completely by fucking YouTube content farms. So one of the biggest content farms that I've seen floating around is Amy Hi Hi. Now you might be like, it's 40,000 subscribers, Mood. It's probably not as big as you can imagine, but they've been growing pretty substantially. Now, don't take the join date by any imagination. This is not a 2019 account. If you look at some of the oldest videos, 2 months ago is when they actually started posting these Sonic and Amy videos. Now, if you're looking at some of these thumbnails, ladies and gentlemen, this is obviously geared towards children, but clearly you can see Amy is getting stuck. Sonic is chasing after Amy, who is obviously, standing and positioned in ways to accentuate her
I'm
ass,
stuck.
all right? There are moments where if you look into their actual
Sehr
description, they
kinderfreundlich.
say, welcome to the Amy and
Help me,
Sonic
stepbrother, I'm
love
stuck.
channel. Okay, all right, Amy and Sonic love each other. If you're a fan of the legendary couple Amy Rose and Sonic the Hedgehog, you've come to the right place. Our channel dives into the romantic world of Amy and Sonic through exciting videos, from sweet moments to thrilling adventures. So you can join them to explore heartfelt love stories between Amy and Sonic, beautiful fan-made animations about their romance, analysis and reviews of their moments in games. You mean the time that Sonic cheated on Amy? Okay, in Sonic 06? I saw that.
Oh stimmt, da hat er eine
Makeout.
menschliche Freundin.
That wasn't Amy. Get out of here. And much more exciting content. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Let's create an amazing community of Amy and Sonic fans together. So you look at it, they say that they're from the United States, but at closer inspection into their actual content, it doesn't really seem like they are. But what kind of love animations are we talking about? Let's look at it real quick. Oh no, we spotted Amy stuck. Oh no, dude. Oh, look at that ass. Gotta grab that ass. Yeah, if you look really closely at the description, it's like, this is how apparently they try to bypass the new YouTube Elsagate rules. Disclaimer, Amy Hi channel and all of its videos are directed to a mature audience that is over 13. Mature audience over 13, okay. Within the meaning of Title 16 CFR 312.2 of Children's Online Privacy Protection Act are not intended for children under 13 years old. Now, if you look really
aber da klickt doch keiner drauf, der älter ist wie 13.
Can you really direct something to a mature audience when the actual focus of your material is a fucking children's game? Sonic the Hedgehog? I mean, seriously, it's just
die ganze Aufmachung.
Lie to get past the system. And of course, you know, if you look carefully at this material, this is all, for 32 minutes, kids are just looking at Sonic the Hedgehog.
Das ist auch eine creepy Figur.
Amy's ass the whole time. Oh no,
wait, ist das die echte
Audio? I guess I better start taking photos of her ass, dude. I better start taking selfies as well. Oh boy, real kid-friendly material. I almost feel like the kind of content that I'm actually showing to critique will end up getting me a strike on my own channel, okay?
Schon?
And
Eigentlich schon.
It's funny, if I do get the strike and these people don't, it really will just show you how wild some of the moderation can be at times. So here's some other examples of being mature. You know, we're running around our house. We're gonna walk in. Oh, there's just Amy sleeping. All right, we gotta have this long shot of Amy. You know, her body, everything captured right here. And of course, Sonic, I think, might actually.
Die Kostüme sind aber auch hart gruselig. Was ist das für ein
Sonic
Ding?
is going towards her, going to her butt cheeks, and of course, Amy releases what we call a biohazard. She farts all over Sonic. I wasn't joking when I was talking about the fart fetish material that comes out of this kind of content. Now, there were actually people in even our community.
Kann mir doch keiner erzählen, dass das nicht für Kinder ist.
One user was saying, here's some context. I was hanging out with my brother a few days ago. He's 5, by the way. And he was showing me videos on YouTube. It was during that I noticed some of the videos that were being recommended to him on the YouTube homepage. I knew YouTube's content for kids could be weird, but the thumbnails on many of these videos were plainly sexual in nature. This is with the restricted filter enabled, and I know no filter is 100%, just thought it was worth mentioning. So yeah, it's actually quite true. If these videos are being recommended to children, right, YouTube's AI or YouTube's algorithm should do a lot better job at moderating this kind of material.
Ja, der scheint ja nicht so super zu
it really
funktionieren.
is one of the reasons why I say that the worst thing to happen to America since, I would say, probably 9/11 was like the actual iPad being given to kids, okay?
Ja.
Because at the end of it, it's probably the biggest algorithmic attack on the modern day.
Ist aber auch halt echt so,
just affecting their brain in the worst ways.
Dass halt man einfach auch so Vierjährigen einfach nur das iPad oder halt ein Tablet oder Handy in die Hand drückt und hier, Kind, beschäftige dich und sei einfach mal eine halbe Stunde still. Oder halt auch mal 5 Stunden und guck dir da irgendwelche Nonsens-Dinger auf YouTube an. Und dann wird halt auch nicht mal geguckt, was guckt sich das Kind eigentlich an. Sondern ja, Hauptsache du bist still und ärgerst mich nicht, beschäftigst dich nicht, mich nicht.
Imaginable, okay? A kid should probably grow up watching something like, I don't know, Dora the Explorer, because at least it has educational value.
Ja, selbst Angela Kunde hatte mehr Wert wie das.
Stuff like this probably might end up like Jeffrey Dahmer, okay? I'm just putting it out there. And there's other examples.
Aber die haben aber alle so hässliche Kostüme, was denn so?
Like where Amy and, Sonic are going over to the hospital. And yes, this is in fact a 3D rendering of Shadow the Hedgehog with Rouge the Bat. Okay, obviously,
so riesigen Mündern.
Standing outside what appears to be a doctor's office while Amy is pregnant, waiting for the water to break. Okay? Yeah. Real kid-friendly shit,
Die ist auf einmal schwanger.
Now, while waiting for the doctor, Sonic and Amy try actually cutting in line in front of Shadow the Hedgehog, and they find it's one of the dumbest things, because Shadow does not care. Shadow
Bush ist auch schwanger, alle
beat the shit
schwanger.
out of a pregnant woman before they lose their spot in line. And of course, even after all this, the big silver lining here is the baby did not die from any complications, because Amy did in fact go to the doctor and actually deliver the baby. And what does the baby look like? Well, he has no actual... Now, of course, the baby is clearly not Amy's, okay? Because the baby has no genetic features. What the fuck am I doing trying to explain this stupidity? What is wrong with me? Now, of course, that channel is not the only one in the mix of all this. There were other channels too. You know, one Christian.
Ja, wenn eine Sache funktioniert, da gibt's ja ganz, ganz viele, die das dann tun.
Your YouTube recommendations will become as fucked as my virtual machine's recommendations are. For instance, I got this channel, Paper 1001, okay? Now, it sounds pretty cute, all right? You know, I look at this and I think, wow, that's a pretty cute channel, whatever. But then you start looking at the thumbnail and holy shit, everyone has forgotten how to use a condom in this universe. So, like that one innocent Sprunky character,
ist das irgendwie so, was das Kind tatsächlich großartig interessiert? Scheint ja so.
Pinky pregnant, we're giving her a C-section with gummies inside her. Now, this might just be a thumbnail, Mudo. What about the actual content? Let's see that. Oh no, we're getting into like serious doctor medical scripts right here. Okay. All right, it's a DIY hospital in the Sprunky universe. Just imagine walking up to your child and just imagine walking up to your kid on their little iPad. You know, you left them alone at dinner at Chili's. You know, you get up to go to the bathroom after you had your meal and you see them watching the water break on a Sprunky character. And I shit you not, they will whip out the scalpel and give an actual C-section to this Sprunky character.
Was will ich hier sehen?
Water balloon, and lo and behold,
was ist das eigentlich?
We are getting a little Sprunky out of there, boys.
Was hat die da?
Oh, we've got twins, dude. This is crazy. And the brain rot just doesn't even stand there, okay? It just keeps going on. Again, none of this has to make any sense. We're adults. We think stories have to make sense. People have always said shit like Skibbity Toilet is brain rot, but Skibbity Toilet actually has like a lore and actual shit attached to it, all right? I would say that this is like high.
Oh, wie viel gibt's denn davon? Lol, das ist auch an mir. Ich kenne diese Toilette, ja, aber das
irgendwie... This is not in the same tier of like delivering Sprunky babies to children. Now, if you look at this kind of content, right, like Sprunky is kind of killing it, okay? 709,000.
Muss echt tief gesungen sein, wenn Skibbity Toilet besser ist als das, was du so von mir gibst.
Of course, you've got almost 1 million views 3 weeks ago on Pinky being a little pregnant. And of course, if you look at the actual like comments to this, you might think, whoa, maybe we'll actually get to read from people in this. And of course, you'll find like for 904,000 views, they certainly have a very small amount of comments right here.
Ja gut, Kinder kommentieren nicht.
Funny as shit too, okay? I can show you the worst performing video of mine, which probably would have been like in the last like 6 months, would have been where I played a game called, Crowded Followed, and it still has more interactions than like a 904,000 viewed video here. So it makes me wonder if maybe there's some botting going on.
Na gut, es ist halt auch leicht erklärt mit diesen wenigen Kommentaren, dass diese Videos, die nicht für Kinder sind, tatsächlich auch nur von Kindern geguckt werden. Und welcher Vierjährige geht denn hin und schreibt da was drunter? Die kommentieren nicht so viel. Die liken oder sonst was wahrscheinlich auch eher weniger. Die gucken sich ein Video nach dem anderen an und suchen dann halt einfach über die Sprechfunktion an einem Tablet die Videos und ja, schreiben halt nichts dazu. Das kann schon viel Sinn machen, wenn es halt wirklich... Ja, wer soll sich das sonst angucken? So ein Nonsens. Das ist ja nicht mehr wie lustig, das ist halt einfach nur dumm.
Or again, this is just kids sitting on their iPad with no accounts enabled, just like watching the next brain rot clip auto-feed them. So you start to look into it. Bro, this is not a Sprunky story. This is Sprunky but humans. Bro, what did I watch? I think an actual human jumped in there. This is wired. They're just kids, bro. And then they respond, you have such a sharp eye to notice that. No,
wahrscheinlich wollte er schreiben, es weird und hat sich ganz geschafft.
Now, sometimes you'll come across content as well that goes down more into the Sprunky universe. Like, here's one where, like, literally 9 days ago, all phases of size Wenda in new Incredibox Sprunky. And of course, you look at the thumbnails, and we're just undressing like, children's characters on the internet, dog. What are we doing? What is wrong with us? So, you know how we always used to, like, complain about Sniper Wolf giving, like, the shittiest reaction videos? I'm going to show you a YouTube channel that does even less work than Sniper Wolf, okay? So this one channel is, like, videos on my channel are reactions to someone's content. I always add my own author's comment and do a review. So I watched one of their videos, and of course, it's someone from a channel known as Wantoons. So what is the actual review? What is the actual, like, piece of critique they offer? Watch this.
This video is amazing!
Whoa, this video is amazing! Fire emoji! I have to block off from, like,
die haben sich ja noch weniger Mühe gegeben.
Like, man, everything is realized in this universe. It really is.
Die haben nicht Wie ein PG-Tour, sondern einfach nur so ein Ding, was da steht und dann wird
I love how the people here get like absolutely
wird eine AI-Voice drüber gespielt.
clickbaited in this too. It's like, it didn't even show them pregnant. Oh, this person's mad.
Oh ja, er hat
They're
keine
like, I need to
Schwangere
see a
irgendwas gesehen.
pregnancy at some point. Christ. And of course,
Furchtbar.
all of this ended up taking me down, I shit you not, to a channel that literally uploads women farting all day, every day. So this one channel, all right, generic Jessica, will upload channels, like very actively, by the way. Girls do poo. Wild cherry bathroom scene extended cut. And then, of course, you scroll down a little bit. The video that
Hey,
I got
spannendste Videos ever,
recommended was
Leute, die
obviously
furzen.
Minecraft girl poops in her sleep. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go, boys. Ooh, we got a little Minecraft farting. What is this like? Oh! 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 Oh, wow! Woo! Who is watching this, man? Who gets into it, bro? That's lovely. No, she poop. Yeah, if you're farting like that, you've definitely let go of a little more than some gas.
Da kam etwas Land
But
mit.
you know what, ladies and gentlemen? This is the future of Elsagate. This is the future of, like, again, these children content farms, right? 7 years ago, this problem was called out. And mind you, it was actually
Und hat sich immer noch nichts
heavy
getan.
7 years ago.
Gratulation,
The
YouTube.
problem was definitely much more substantial.
Props für deine tolle Arbeit.
It ended up getting like millions upon millions of views. Back in the days of peak Elsagate, even channels that were pretty much on top of their game, like Jake Paul, were competing, if not really competing, getting less viewership and subscriber gain than some of these Elsagate toy game channels, right? It was like big bucks at the time. Like, it was a serious gravy train if you got onto it like 7 years ago. But obviously, YouTube has been cracking down on it. The videos that I've shown you, the channels that I've shown you, I hope, end up being turned down or like at least
Immerhin das.
by YouTube, because it does fall outside their community guidelines.
Immerhin
Right? This
fallen
is
die langsam
honestly
durchs
like
Raster, aber
damaging
immer
the
noch,
brain
dass man
rot
sowas
for children.
hochladen kann
But,
für die
you know,
Zeit.
looking further into the whole Elsagate stuff, it really just shows that beyond the YouTube moderation, which no system is ever going to be perfect for moderation, it really shows that there is an incredibly serious market that still exists for this day. Because realistically, what I've shown you is content on YouTube. But what I haven't shown you this video, and what I do want to show you sometime next week or down the road, is the level of Elsagate brain rot that exists all over TikTok. Because while YouTube
Oh ja,
community
TikTok so ein
guidelines have
Seuchenpool.
caught up, TikToks, at least in my opinion, have not. And over there, and places like Facebook, the level of brain rot that exists that is attacking, again, children as young as 5 or 4, or even younger than that, okay? Children is like, shit, kids are coming out of the fucking womb with iPads these days. That is a level of insanity that probably needs to be discussed. And it makes me wonder, like, every time I see a kid at a restaurant who's just been given an iPad while the adults talk and eat, I wonder what that kid is looking at while the parents, blissfully unaware, consume their slop. That's what I actually sit down and wonder. Anytime I see, like, any kid with just an iPad, like, just scrolling through it on the internet, it's usually stuff like this. But
Ja,
yeah, ladies
wahrscheinlich.
and gentlemen, Elsagate never really went away. It died a little bit, but the industry is still there.
Hey,
And
es
it will
einfach,
always
wird auch
continue to
einfach
prey
nicht
on your
wirklich
children
besser.
or your young
Immerhin
people.
wird es jetzt immer ein
And
bisschen
if
mehr
you're a YouTuber
aussortiert, aber
watching
es
this
ist halt
who's
immer
like,
noch.
man, I get so many crazy
Immer noch
yellow
da.
dollar signs and, you know,
Jetzt habe ich gerade meinen Mülleimer kaputt gemacht.
age
Hoppala.
restrictions, and you see stuff like this and it burns you.
Und es
No
war ja
fret.
noch nicht mal Kinder-Content
should
in YouTube
hopefully
eingegeben,
eventually
dass
jump
denen
down
das
this
nicht
trend,
auffällt.
okay? They're not as clever as the naked yoga people. Don't get that twisted. But yeah, Elsagate's weird, man. It always starts with like Sonic the Hedgehog, and it always ends in Minecraft girls farting in your face every single fucking time. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out.
Ja, man wird nicht Herr darüber, aber es wird auch irgendwie zu wenig gefühlt dafür getan. Sonst filtert YouTube alles raus, aber die Dinger kriegen sie irgendwie nicht unter Kontrolle. Nicht so wirklich.